Alright, guys, welcome to the Lions DotA League podcast, where we talk a little bit about players lineup and player drafting going into our drafting week this weekend. I'm your host, Emilia. Joining me is Flygon,
Hello, I'm Flygon.
Aya,
Hello.
and Crow.
Hello here.
We are all the admins for this league, and now that we have our player lineup properly, so we'll just want to go a little bit briefly into each, not really every player, but some of the players that we are interested in. All right, you wanna start, Flygon?
Okay, so you might notice some people ask me why are these colors here? That's just because the top and the bottom 10 or so people. And you might notice we have a bunch of people at 17 points. We have Ritsu, Sugar, Nosh, Nekamusmi or Carl, Skeeter Prime, and Chiffon or Desire, as some of you might know him. So I want everyone to give me their opinion. Which 17 point would you pick if you were a captain? Or typically one of them. Which one would you pick among these 17 point players? So I'll let Aya go first.
Among us all 17?
Yes, these 17 players. Who would you pick as your first pick? If you had
Of
to-
course. It's definitely Nosh the fucking goat, baby. Let's go. It's Nosh the goat.
Okay. What role are you going to pick Nosh to play for? Is he going to play 1? Is he going to play 4, 3, or 5? What role do you want him to play?
He calls himself the goat. Anything that's meta, he'll play it immediately. You know that's Nosh. After all, he just opened a new cafe in Melbourne. He's a very successful rich man that I look up to and a very idol.
Neil.
So
Okay.
Right. What do you think? What do you think about Nosh calling himself the Lion before we concluded our Lions League? Like it's not even started yet, but he's really calling himself Lion. What do you think about that? Do you have anything to say about this, Aya?
I love the overconfidence, you know. He really knew he's gonna win. Just like how he won the Sirius Leagues and the Phoenix Leagues and all. That's what, and he calls himself the GOAT for that. Therefore, it's Nosh. It's not even negotiable. It's
Yeah.
Nosh the GOAT.
Okay. Crew,
Yes.
who would you pick?
You know what? Let's just say Nosh also taught me how to counter Prophet in a very specific way. He played as a sub for us in the previous league as well, and the technology is crazy.
You should elaborate
Wait,
so everyone else can
Wait,
share the
are you for
information.
real?
Oh,
Like-
right.
Are you
Right,
for real?
right.
He taught you?
Yes, he taught him.
From a gameplay, yeah, we were in the same game together.
Yeah,
He took to the
yeah, you can tell the audience a bit about what he did.
Okay, so most of you probably played this patch for a long time, especially since the last patch was like what, a couple months already. Taught me this nice trick of how to deal with a prophet. So prophets love to abuse everyone with their chance, right? Whether it's farming, cutting waves, trading with the support, or like just normal trading. So one funny thing is the treant is still a creep. It's not like it's not like the
Wonder Bear or
dominator.
anything like that. Yeah.
Yes. It's not a creep hero like the dummy creeps.
Yeah.
The bears. So what kills? It's in one shot
Dagon.
in the game.
I don't know.
There's only two, I think.
Dagon.
Avoid
Uh,
and Midas?
Yeah.
Doom Devour,
big shiny
Enchant.
No, he's
Oh,
talking
wait,
about
wait.
items.
Oh,
Yes.
the hand of the gold.
Yes. You get rid of one whole spell from Prophet with just 2k gold. I'd say that's worth.
Nosh.
So you're also
Just
going
Nosh
with Nosh?
technology.
Sure.
Okay.
My god.
You
Well,
want to talk about any of the others? Because we both come with Nosh. We're going to miss out some of the
Okay,
others.
what do you think about Ritsu, Crow? What do you think about Ritsu? He's the highest of the top 10, or not really top 10, but the highest of the 17 points in this setting. What do
Oh,
you
wait,
think
there's-
about Ritsu? Why do you not go for Ritsu but you go for Nosh?
Wait,
What's wrong with Ritsu?
Wait, there's a ranking for why you put Ritz in the top and Desire in the bottom? I don't think Desire belongs in the bottom
No, it's
though.
by MMR.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yes.
By MMR.
MMR is not shown.
So
on the
why
thing,
why
but
do
they're
you
sort-
two not pick
but they're
Ritsu?
sort of
I
by
want to
MMR.
know the reason, guys.
Ritsu actually is an okay. It's actually a good player. The problem with Ritsu is also somewhat of a meme because he has this special ability where if he's not, no matter what account he plays on, he'll match his game to the MMR of the account he's playing on. So you can smurf in 3K and lose mid to a 3K player. And but he play on the main account, he'll trash a 9K player. So it's like he's very volatile, very entertaining.
See, so you're
But
trying to say that
he's not
this is
reliable. He's not like you don't look at Ritsu and go, okay, he's not gonna win you every game because some games he's gonna randomly throw for whatever fuck all reason.
yeah. So basically, you're trying to say that like kind of the meme where scientist is baffled by the man's ability to fuck up every time.
Not every time, but he does it more than he should be doing it, considering his MMR, his rank, his skill.
No, it's
So
our-
he's 50-50, kind of like Eternal Envy, like
But
EE.
higher than 50-50, but okay, let's say if most 9K players are 80-20, he's like 70-30. So it's like he's not like he's less consistent, but he's not like 50-50 like Envy, but he's still not where he should be for somebody of his rank, I guess. That's what I feel. Just picking up.
So if it was you-
who are you picking for your 17-point player? You dodged the question. Who are you picking?
I mean, I'm the host. I'm supposed to be asking question. But if you ask me, I'll probably go for Chiffon or Desire, because being Ritsu, like you were saying, is a kind of like a little bit unstable. You know, might have lost a bit lane a little bit and stuff. But Chiffon has a very good track record, right, of winning,
Yes, we have
winning
the,
lanes and stuff.
we have the
We even have a player profile from him and Ritsu comparison side by side. One is a SF with 20 kills and 0 death. Another one is like 111 White Spirit level 8, bro. I don't know. It's very clear who do I choose for mid lane.
Okay, after you're correct. Actually, in my opinion, I think he's actually the best mid laner in the whole pool right now.
Yeah.
And after all, no one really wants to play mid. It's a very
dog
rare
shit
role
role, yes.
in this. It's a very rare role in this generation. But you should consider that if you have the best mid laner in the pool, you might. Wait, no, he's 17, right?
They're all the same points. So
he's
what you're saying
Yeah,
doesn't
they're all
apply.
the same
They're all the
points. We're
same
talking
points.
about
Wait,
which out
I
of the
think-
17
I think-
points play will you pick first?
Wait, you know what? Okay, he was in the bottom. That's why I didn't see him. Forget Nosh. Of course, I'm picking Nico, man.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm picking Chiffon.
Oh,
Oh, my
man.
god, I just realized now.
All of you stole my answer. Because one more thing. Before we had Ritsu, we had Arthur here. So basically, in the top
Arthur is
10,
also good.
we only had Chiffon and Kemi who could play mid, and then we have Mursalmir here, and then the next mid. See the point gap. We have a 17-point mid, 15-point mid, a 13-point mid, and then all the mids are like 11, 10, 6, 7. So somebody gets Chiffon
what?
for their mid, right? He has like 1 or 2 close matchups, and now 3 with Ritsu, and everybody else gets demolished by him. Also, since Kemi
but-
can play 1 and 2, and Ritsu Kemi is the captain, he can play 1 and 2. If Kemi gets first pick and he's smart, he first picks Chiffon, right? That's it. Except for the team that gets Ritsu, every other team is screwed because they don't get a mid laner, a player to match Nico on mid lane.
Okay, to be fair, as what Emilia said, there's a track record, right?
Yeah.
Ritsu is known for the
Yeah.
meme funny stuff, right? And Chiffon is track record is clean.
Yeah.
So all of you guys want Chiffon.
Yes.
I understand. That's actually very valid.
Yeah,
But
because
I think you guys.
in recent time, Ritsu just lost to RB. A whole 4 points lower than him in a rank game, bro. I
how
mean,
do you lose
what
to somebody who's
made
not
of
even
that?
in your bracket in a rank game?
Yeah.
I guess, but he was smurfing. So like Ritsu's when he smurfs, he goes down to the MMR of this account he's playing on. So that's
no,
Anyways.
it was just me.
No,
It wasn't
they
me.
were, that was his main, bro.
Yeah, it
it
was
was
his main.
8K, 8.5K.
So I can't
I mean.
defend you, Ritsu. I'm sorry.
All right. So okay, if you have a top among these 17, fine. If you can even include Chemister in the 15, who is your top 3 choices? Who in top 3 ranking for you guys?
Okay, I'll go first. Chiffon is obviously one of them, like I mentioned. Another one that I was considering
Yes.
is Neko Musme because he's flexible on the roles. You get, like I don't know, I haven't seen him
Fair.
play offlane, but I know he can play 4, 5, and 1 very well. So like you pick Neko Musme first. You have a bunch of roles covered. You can adjust his role to the other players you're picking later on. He's the most flexible among all the high MR players. So he's like a very valuable pick of outside Chiffon. And my third pick would be Sugar. I think
Because he boosted you in that wildcard tournament.
and
Yeah.
Sugar basically carried me in the wildcard tournament. Everyone saw the 3-7 Slark that won his game, or the 2-10 Slark that won the finals.
312. 312.
3-12, yeah,
The first
3-12 and
game, your
2-10
debut
Slark.
was 312.
I have 100% win rate on Slug in the tournament, but all my Slug games are carried by Sugar. So he's inflating my stats. So if I
At
were a
least you're
captain,
honest. At least you're honest.
if I were
At
a
least you're
captain, I
honest.
would go grab Sugar. Or if I couldn't get Nekomusmi or Chiffon, I would grab Sugar because I know he can carry me. He's proven that.
I mean,
I've
do
seen
you guys even like
Ritsu in my
consider?
party queue games. Ritsu has lost every game with me in party queue when he's smurfing. So I don't think he can carry me. I'm sorry, Ritsu.
Because you're trash, probably. Anyways.
I
what
mean,
about
do you guys
Phil?
consider the captain as a viable top 10 pick?
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
we were talking about the 17s and with Kemi. So we can put Kemi
Yeah,
in.
because
Yeah,
we
we're
are talking
talking
about
he
top
would,
10, right?
okay.
we can talk
top
about
three. What about
Chemist's
your top
value as
three?
well as a pick. It's fine. We can talk about
What about
Chemist.
your top three, Emilia? What about your top three, Emilia? Your personal
Including
top three.
Kemi, yes. Who's your top 3?
I mean, if you're talking about like the top 10, including Mason,
No,
Jeff,
we're
they
just
all.
talking about the 17s.
No,
and
just
Kemi.
17s. The
17s.
17s and include 15 if you want to.
Uh, I think I kind of agree with Flygon a little bit, but I would say maybe Chiffon, Neko Musume, and Sugar as well, right? I mean, all if we are just basing it off it, of course, I would always like probably think that Mason is probably like better than Neko Musume, but there's a clear 4 points difference between them,
Like yeah, so
kind of
like
thing.
is Meshan
Yeah.
worth? If you're trying to think of is Meshan worth the extra 4 points, or like can I afford? They get Meshan, can I get the other players I want to or not? Is what you should think of as a captain. So that will affect. But yeah, these are all 17s, easier to compare because they're all the same point value.
You know, I just realized a very funny thing about the 17s.
Yeah,
Not except Neko Mesume, and I don't really consider Nosh a forward player.
yeah,
Neko Mesume is the only support player in
yeah. But if you look at
in
the
all
top 3,
17s.
ours and it's a 4-5 only. He doesn't even have other roles.
Yeah.
JV is like a 3-4-5, but his main is probably 4 or 5. And then we have
Yeah.
Meshan who has all roles manageable, but everyone knows he's a post 5 main. So
Look,
but-
you guys technically can actually put Chiffon at post 5 row. Technically, you can do it.
I mean,
Technically.
technically, do you want to?
I mean, okay, to be fair, let's say if you have Chiffon and Ritsu on your team, who the fuck will you send to the mid lane?
You send one to send the other to the safe lane. Why would you send anybody to
I'll
post
send
5?
I'll send Ritsu to offlane and Chiffon in the mid lane if you're seriously asking.
What do you mean? Ritsu is a one player.
Choose someone.
He put it as registration.
I mean, okay. To be fair,
Oh
if,
my
if,
god.
if they get both Chiffon and Ritsu, right? That's 34 points out of the 56. It's very likely my other 2 players are also lower ranked dogs like me. So I'll probably put Ritsu and carry anyway because I don't want to. I would rather, even though Ritsu is Ritsu, he's probably still better than a low ranked dog when he's playing carry, even if it's Ritsu carry. Or I put Ritsu mid and make Desire play carry, is what I would do. So either way, they'd be the 1-2 if we were to get both of them because I don't think you can afford to spend 34 points out of your budget and still get a good carry from a lower point thing. I don't think there are that many
Alright.
good carries at the lower points in this tournament.
Alright. Okay, next
What do
Crow.
Crow think about
What's
this?
your top three? Your top 3 right now.
Top 3 would be. Okay, one is probably gonna be the Sugar also.
Wow.
Just repeating reasons again. He carried fucking Flygon with the 312, 37 or whatever.
2-10.
True.
On slot.
Kind of like
Yeah.
putting training weights, right? Like a lot of training weights in order to be able
Yeah.
to carry Flygon.
Yeah, and he was
Definitely when
vibing.
he's on one.
Like this
Flygon.
the meme
Yeah,
on
he was
the
beaming
chat.
around. He
It was
wasn't even taking. He was like,
crazy.
"Yeah, let's just pick me sniper off and stuff like that." Like, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine when he locks in.
Oh my god. Imagine if he like I'm thinking he DM'd me before the tournament. He's asking me, will this tournament be a challenge? Is what he's asking me. He's asking the rest of you guys if you guys can challenge him. So for all the other players, he's out for blood. So maybe show him what you're made of.
Yeah. I mean, like he's saying that Zay, if you guys know who Zay is, like he's asking if anyone is better than Zay. Hello, guys. Are you Kemi, Chiffon, Skittle Prime? Are you guys better than Zay or what?
You guys think you're
Or you guys are gonna let Sugar talk down to you guys? Hello? Step it up, guys. Time to show him.
Okay.
Okay.
For
okay.
second place would
Yeah.
probably be Nekomisme also, just for the versatility. Like you can
the
draft
role-
him
the role
first and then you
flexibility.
that. The only downside is like we have very few mid laners in the
Yeah.
pool, and if you take Nekomusume, it's a versatile pick, but you're not filling your
Not
demand.
filling the mid
like,
lane role,
nice
yes.
demand. Yes. For third, probably biased, but it's more of a dark horse. The Skeeter Prime.
Oh,
Like I've been
Oh,
teamed with Macian or LM
Yeah,
for wildcards, right?
yeah,
He was playing on 200 ping, but he was fucking he was boss, dude.
yeah. And
Almost every
yeah,
game.
I
wait, he
agree.
played.
I
Wait.
don't.
Sorry. He played in wildcards.
No, no.
He
He
played in
played with
wildcards.
Macian, who's also playing on ping. So he's saying that the 200 ping doesn't matter. That's what he's trying to say.
So
Because
you're
Skitter Prime is
saying
no.
these high MMR Euro players playing in these Southeast Asian leagues in 200 ping can still boss around these games. I see. I
Yes,
see.
that's what I
Yeah.
believe. Match quality over the condition. Like if
Also,
you're
the one
used to
thing
playing
about
at a high
Skitter
level,
Prime,
ping won't matter.
one thing about Skitter Prime is unique that he's the only person in the entire draft who's only has one role selected. He has a post one only, and other roles are not even manageable. So like he is only going to play post one. So while this makes me a bit hard to for some team to work with him as like fit into the player draft, as a post one player, he's probably the the post one expert. His profile is all post one heroes, so he's like you know that he knows what to do on his role. You don't have to worry about him not being comfortable on his
Wow.
role or not being at his best because he will always he's on the role he wants to play. That's kind of something that I like. It's like if I get Desire on mid or we get Skitter or I get Ritsu on mid, it's the same thing. Like you get them on their role. That's it's easy, and you don't have to worry about going wrong with his role because there's only one option. You can't accidentally put him on the wrong role. You can't accidentally put Carl on. I would say 3 is Carl's worst role. So if somebody in this draft doesn't know Carl might accident out of these 4. Somebody in this draft doesn't know Carl might accidentally pick Carl as an offlaner, but you can't do the Skitter Prime because you'll always get him as the correct role.
Wait, Curl, correct me if I'm wrong, since you're the one who actually played with Meishan, a Europe player with playing with 200 ping. I have a feeling that if you pick any of the European players for your team, the way how they think about Dota, they'll share it with you, and I think it's a very insightful and very different experience on it.
Perspective.
Perspective,
Yeah.
yeah. Like when they share their own perspective of the game, and when they, especially when they shot call, especially if are they make calls or drafts, even I think the way how they think about the game is completely different from among us. So I think it's despite they're playing in 200 ping, I think their contribution is very valuable just because they're purely from Europe server.
It's
That is
possible.
very
but
true. That is very true. Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
last
There's
tournament
also
with
another
Macian-
standout
Oh,
player. Sorry, yeah, you can continue. You may
okay,
continue
okay,
first.
okay,
Go.
okay.
Sorry. What, Crow?
Okay. In the last tournament with Macian, we only had a few games together and he didn't really share much, but it's probably because it's like it's a one and done almost
Yeah, and also
tournament.
that was the last tournament was also like a lower average tournament than what we have, like MMR wise. So he probably was just chilling and not taking it too seriously. And this one he has like also he probably didn't have any of his high MMR friends, but this one he has people he know. He knows Ritsu, he knows Nosh, he knows Nakamusme, he knows Kita Prime, he knows Chiffon, and he won't be on the same team of all of them, and obviously Kemi. So he'd probably want to win against his friends and not lose to them. So he'll probably try out a bit for this tournament. I'm not sure, but maybe is what I'm guessing.
I mean,
Maybe-
he just has to bring the motto of his old team in wildcards, bro. Just don't be afraid.
Just don't
He will be able to just power through them. Just don't be afraid, guys.
Oh, isn't it gonna be a godchild for one of his kids?
No, not anymore, not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh,
Unlucky.
sad.
I think the
Speaking
plan-
of which, we also have another interesting player coming from EU, which is Bunny Ree or Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, this
that-
player is putting training based on himself playing in EU. I believe that he's actually a Thai player, and now he's just gonna take off his shackles and actually play in C for once. So I think this is actually a very strong player and shouldn't be really underestimated.
Yeah. Also,
I remember playing with him once also,
Mm.
but a long time ago. Yeah, that guy is crazy.
Yeah. But
No.
but the one disadvantage of Baniri is that he's not a cheap horde like Meishan wanted him to be. So it's gonna affect me. Meishan wants to first pick him, but it's gonna affect his points quite a bit because he was hoping he'd be a cheap horde.
That's correct though. Like, from the information I got for the player profiles, he might have moved to EU also.
Oh, like,
So
So
basically?
the Thai thing
Basically?
might not.
Yeah,
The Thai thing might not apply
probably
anymore.
because like it's probably similar to Meishan and I assume Skitter Prime. I'm
Oh,
not
so
Skitter Prime
now
is-
there are three. So there are three Europe players now. They're Meishan,
Yes.
Skitter
Skeeter
Prime,
Prime,
and
Miss
Bunny
Meishan,
Meishan,
Ring.
Skitter
Bunny,
Prime,
yes.
and Baniri. We
Okay.
have 3 players playing from Europe, but they're all higher rank. They're all quite a bit over the like Baniri is slightly over the average, and Skitter Prime and Meishan. Skitter Prime is quite a bit over the average, and Meishan's like way like double the average basically. Mission alone brought up the average by 1k more or something. I don't know. SY, can you give me the number?
Sorry, for who?
Mission brought up the
Mission.
team's average MR by 1k, right? Or something? Was it Mission?
Um,
On his own?
Mission. Yeah, it was Mission.
Yeah, on his own, he
He
brought up
brought
the
up the
average
team
MR
by
of the teams by.
exactly 880 points.
Yeah. 880 MMR points was the average increase when he added Mission onto the pool. So, yeah. Okay, we've talked about the highs. Let's talk about the lows. You have the content here. We have Treppy, who's the second lowest player in the league. He's actually one of the captains. Then we have
Oh,
then we have a lot of. So you notice there's like here there's been a gap between like it has been increasing by 1 point like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we have a 2 point gap for the top 10, and similarly we have a 2 point gap for the bottom 10. We want to have that. We want to make the top players worth a bit more and the bottom players worth a bit less, because it's not just a linear scale, because these players also he's slightly higher, but they're also the best players in the league, so that makes them a bit more worth than just being 14 or 16 or whatever they would be. So similarly, these are worth a bit less because they are the low ranked dogs of the league. And so we have both the admins are here actually who are playing. Hi, me and Crow are here. We have Treppy, one of the captains. We have a very funny 1 point that everyone was asking us about. Why is Jazz worth 1 point? We have an unknown
Well deserved.
4K. We have my fellow Indian Protoski, who's actually signed up as post 4 main. So the IP4 Terra is gonna happen this tournament if somebody picks him.
Oh, okay.
We have Protoski
I thought Potosky was a mid monster, but okay.
Yeah, but he wanted to be post 4 this tournament.
Okay.
And yeah, we have Jung, we have Shin, we have Swiftas, who's a player I don't know about, but we 1-2
I have
main.
no idea how
Switch
Switch
also.
does.
A low rank core player, interesting, no support role. So I believe he is the only player in the bottom 10 to not have a support role. And then we have Shadow Potato. Yeah,
Oh, no, that guy, that shadow idiot, he does not play 4-5. His hero pool in 4-5 only plays Pudge. That doesn't count. That guy is exclusively one player.
Is he he's like me?
That's misinformation.
You
I think
say-
he's the Malaysian. I think he's the true Malaysian Flygon, actually.
Yeah,
but
but
he's
some-
actually, but right now there's a lot of people in this list that are actually approaching Immortal and also just got Immortal really freshly. Like Ziming Z just got Immortal just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Universe just got Immortal a week ago. Shadow also just got Immortal for some reason and gets boosted by lucky teammates a week ago also, like Ziming Z. But I'm not saying Ziming Z is an idiot though. Ziming Z deserved it. Girl is also approaching there. He's already Divine 5. I have no idea who his Switch does. Shin, in the other hand, has already touched Immortal at some point in life, but then real life struck him hard and he's back to being a Divine Hardstock. Jung, I have no clue with Jung.
I
All I
think Krul
remember is
knows
he
about
played.
Jung. Krul knows Jung, I think, from
All I
Yeah.
remember about Jung is he played in the Phoenix League and he was playing. I think he's an offlane main, right? But he's also a support main.
Yeah, he's an offlane main.
Funny story.
Yeah, he's
Really
a-
funny story, actually.
Go.
He mentioned to me earlier that he managed to win the Phoenix League with the Remy fan club. You want to know his stats?
Yeah.
You want to know his stats?
What are his stats?
0 MP.
What?
Oh,
0 matches played. 0 matches
Zero
played.
matches.
None.
Oh,
None.
the Serious Season 5 I hosted.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So
He
he's
actually
basically-
won the
he's-
Serious
he's
League.
basically
Yeah.
a Shuri. Basically a Shuri. He's their team Shuri.
I'm
I'm a Shuri on
played the whole
Asker. He
series.
played. I'm a Shuri on Asker. Asker. He played 0 games on Asker.
He was
Yeah.
actually a really good water boy and personal cheerleader for Zay.
Yeah.
I think who in the Remy fan club champions are playing in this league? There's Bear Shark is there.
King was
King.
in the team. Oh, yeah. We have
Ga-
G
Gane-
Boops, whatever his name is now.
Yeah, I don't know his new name already. Zay's not in the league. Randy, there is King, and I forgot who the support player there.
I don't think
They're-
anyone's there. I think they're all not here. He's the only
Yeah,
representative.
I think it's only G, right?
Only G, I think. Yeah, G and Jung.
Yeah, only G.
Maybe they'll team up again. Who knows?
I forgot their 5 player. Oh my god. Not Mama. Mama was subbed only for them.
So, like we were the top 10, let's talk about the bottom 10. Who would you pick
no,
as
you
your
already
3
said
low
that.
ranked
We are already
dogs?
talking about it.
Who would you pick as
I
your-
know that Aya has a lot to talk about Plutoski. You wanna go, Aya?
No, I'm nothing much to talk about Platoski.
What do you mean?
Dude, okay, to be fair, you guys hate on Plutowski too much, but in this super hard of a competition, of course, Plutowski's gonna struggle, right? But if we're talking about, Phoenix League and you're playing against freaking boosted immortal scrubs or divine scrubs, and you have to play against Kraos, whatever. Of course, Plutowski will slay all of them, right?
Yeah.
That's why his name is
Let's say one
Slayer,
thing.
also,
You,
right?
you say Sputowski has struggled here, but one thing to keep in mind is Sputowski has solo killed two of the high rank mid laners in this tournament. He solo killed Bien.
That is true.
He has solo killed Bien in the last wildcard tournament. Everyone has the clip of the Puck solo killing the Ember. Was it?
Wait. Who played Puck? Who played Puck?
Sputowski
Bien?
Puck, I think.
Tuski.
Wait, how
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
lose?
I
How
mean-
do you wait? How do you lose Ember? How do you how do you
yeah.
lose? How do you win against Ember as Puck?
He didn't win, he solo killed him.
Uh,
But okay, yeah, I'll show the clip later.
No,
It's a funny clip, but
Okay. Basically, the scenario is like this. Bien was Ember. He was already 6, and then he actually dived Pluto as a Puck level 5. So they already have a one level difference. And Bien fucked up and got, after that, Pluto actually killed a creep and got to level 6 and called him to death.
Oh my god, that's a huge
Yeah.
choke right there. Actually,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, Ben knows this actually. I mean, I
Okay,
PM'd him,
okay.
I DM'd him, and he was like, "Fuck, please don't remind me of it. I remember it. It's really
You know what
leaving
that
in
tells
his
you?
mind.
You know what that tells you?
bro.
If you pick Plutowski, you're picking him for the aura. You're picking for his aura.
and
It's Indian aura, you know.
the other
Yeah,
thing,
it's
the other
a
person
Slayer.
Plutowski has slain is actually he's slain Desire in mid. He's solo killed Desire's SF, his signature hero SF with Ember Spirit.
Oh wait, sorry to interrupt.
I was there live.
I remember also in the Phoenix League in the upper division,
Yeah.
he actually substituted for in the Shawarma. What's the name of that team?
Shawarma Legends,
Shawarma
Shawarma
Legends.
Legends for Pyro.
Shawarma
Legends.
Legends. And then he only played nothing but Witch Doctor, and he actually cooked. Actually, I was in the game. It was Team Meow. Yeah, I was.
You were in the game.
He actually was slaying people with his Witch Doctor.
Yeah,
actually.
I remember. I think I was multing about losing to Plutowski with Trim ADMs after the game. I remember. He almost
that
losing to
was-
Plutowski with Doctor.
Private information leaking. Is this alright?
It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, what else?
So who do you pick as your three?
I think-
Let's start going. Who do you pick as your 3 players, Aya?
Wait, on the bottom, right?
From these, yeah. Anyone from
From
here.
Okay,
From the
I don't
ones in
think
the
the
purple.
question. I don't think the question will be who would you pick in the voluntary. It's probably most like who will you avoid to pick at the voluntary.
Okay, let's go. That's
Similarly,
better.
with how
That's
we pick
easy.
the
That's
top one.
easy. All right. That's easy. All right. Wait, actually, to be honest,
Actually-
I only want to avoid one player. Actually, believe it or not, no, two. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
I only want to avoid 2.
Interesting.
I assume it's these
I
two.
think, yeah, correct, very correct. Believe it or not, I actually have a top 3. I have a top 3.
Give
Believe
me
it
a
or
top
not.
3 then.
Okay,
Alright.
wait. Before we move on, can we just address the elephant in the room? Like, what do you think about the 1 point player out of this whole tournament?
I mean,
Dude.
you've named him Draz the dog. What do
Mm.
you think?
No, dude, okay. We have Nosh, who is the lion, and we have Draz, who is the dog. So
No. I mean, no. Flygon say that I named him Dress the dog, but I mean, of course, he signed up as Dress the lion, bro. What do I put him as?
and then you allowed Nosh to be signed up as a lion. All
I
right.
mean,
No, I put it lion/nosh, bro. What do you mean?
All right.
Okay, to be fair, hear
Dude,
me out.
okay, to
They're
be
like
fair-
opposite sides of the MMR. It kind of makes sense to put one as a dog and a lion.
Fair.
that is fair. Yes.
It would be funny if actually Dress wins the tournament.
Actually, I think he's actually in a pretty good spot. People don't realize this, but as a 1 point player, he basically allows for a free, okay, at this level, right? Draz is actually a support main anyway, even though you can argue whether what he plays counts as support or not. You could have that argument, but he's playing on his main role. And this can tournaments, you want a high rank core and a low rank support. You actually don't want people like Swifta, Shadow, Flygon, or Plutowski who main core roles because you don't want
Wait.
them to be your players. But Draz, support main, is worth 1 point. It gives you more room to pick the higher rank players, core players. Like you don't have to worry about.
I'm sorry. There's a reason why he's still 1 point because I know his support hero pool. The support hero pool is Ricky, Templar Assassin.
Wait, are we allowed to say this?
No.
Oh.
But
It could be
okay,
like
okay.
a Kinder Surprise.
Actually, the one thing to keep in mind
Okay.
is that what he's playing with you, like he doesn't care about MMR. So like whatever he plays in ranked is him trolling. But Even in tournaments, he actually picks normal heroes from what I've seen. So you might actually
Wow.
like if Dash buckles down, doesn't troll. Like, he's playing at random in this tournament, so he's probably not gonna troll them. So he's gonna buckle down. He plays normally. He'll probably be worth as much as a 2-point or a 3-point, almost as much as a 4-point player.
All right,
And only for 1 point.
So you know what Slayer is trying to say, guys? You know what Slayer is trying to say? You pick the Indians together, all right? You pick Toski and Flygon and Draz together, and then you can get let's say
I don't think you can fit
who's
the
the
budget.
who's the best carry player in the 17? Nosh. All right. You can get the 3 Indians and Nosh, and that's a perfect, super strong and solid team right there.
Yes, definitely
What, 4 Indians?
Definitely draft their combination of
And 4
players.
Indians or what?
Actually, you know what?
Four.
Since Kemi's the captain and Kemi's an Indian too, we can have the all-Indian team. We need one more Indian. I think Kemi would
yeah.
enjoy playing on this team. He would he would have a very fun time.
All right. Anyways,
I mean, points wise is very impossible.
It's not going to happen.
quite
Anyways,
impossible.
anyways, no one wants to listen to our how if it's possible of our points because because the people watching are not nerds. So we're our top. We just want to go straight to the shit talk. So
Yes,
let's
who's your top three?
who the top 3. All right, I'll be serious here. It's actually I'll prioritize. Of course, when you're in the bottom, you want to prioritize the support mains, right? So you have Treppy. I think that's my first choice.
Oh,
And then my second choice will be Cruel. And then my third choice, I will struggle between either Nuga or Shin. Either of the two.
look at the support main.
Last time I played with him,
1-5.
he's also a core main.
Yeah, he's
but-
a 1-5 main, so it's like
Yeah.
it's not exactly like it's a safe lane main. I guess it's fine, but how do you say that? Okay, that's fair. Okay, but that's fair. So you want to go
Yeah.
with base Nuga or Shin is your pick. So one of these, like these two for sure, and then
Actually, take it back. Jung also. Okay. I know my third has a lot of people, but yeah, Shin, Jung, or Nuga.
so one of these
yeah.
3, but you know for sure like Kroll and Treppy are your top 2. Okay, good.
Yes.
Kroll, do you want to say something since you're in this?
Wait, we're talking about top.
Who would you pick?
okay.
Like,
You
assuming
can
you're a
go
captain.
with who you want to avoid first.
Bottom 3. Oh, bottom 3. Oh, hope to avoid. Let's see. I mean, okay, good thing about Draz being 1 point is, well, aside from values, he listens to what you want him to do.
Yeah, he doesn't.
The
He's not
push-
stubborn.
he-
He's
he-
not a stubborn
yes.
1K player. 1 point player who ignores what you say. It's,
Nah, all of you guys are glazing jazz. Wow.
No,
I mean,
Did he
I wasn't
did he
finished.
pay you guys today?
he's
No,
rich,
no, I
so if
wasn't
he paid us,
finished.
we would definitely be glazing him. I mean, he's rich. He can afford playing us a lot of money.
Okay, here. It's the execution that I'd be worried about. Because what calls? I'm more than acquainted with him, friends in fact, and the reason he's playing is because of more free time from work than usual. And because it's been a while since he's been able to play many games for so long, so I'm worried that the lack of let's say practice,
Yeah,
even
out
if
of
it's so
practice.
MMR,
Yeah.
the lack of practice might be an issue for the execution. Let's say you
Oh,
put him
that's
on a
true.
warlock, but he can't drop the golems. He can't sustain his core in lane.
That is true.
Might be an issue.
That doesn't sound hard to do, but also it's Draz. So I wouldn't be surprised if he finds it hard to do. That's fair. So
I'm ready
Yeah,
for him to
so-
drop the Templar Assassin support. That's all I can say.
okay, who are your avoid?
Alright, I think the bottom side is a bit hard to decide, right, guys? I
I'll
think
give
we
you
can
mine.
just
I'll give you mine.
narrow
Mine
it down
is-
to like
mine is
maybe
pretty simple.
one.
My avoids are these 3 or these 4, I guess. These are my avoids.
Avoids.
Like,
Alright,
You
so
avoid yourself?
we're about the
Damn.
same. We're about the same. We're about the same.
I'm not going to pick a core player to be my low rank support. I wouldn't pick myself. What I'm saying. I'm just here to grief everybody. I'm not
Right.
intentionally griefing, but me by playing the tournament is already griefing everyone because I'm a core player who's going to be forced to play support. I'm going to play it very badly. So I would rather, when I'm looking at the low ranks, I would prioritize getting people like Treppy, Cruel, and probably Shin is my third pick, or Draz. Draz is actually a very good pick. I would probably get Draz actually because they get Draz, I can get more high rank players, and I don't like the difference between Treppy and Draz might not be worth the difference between say what's the thing, say RB versus Sage, for example. There's a 3-point difference there, and 3-point. So would you rather get RB and Draz or Treppy and Sage? And that's a bit. So that's the kind of question you're asking yourself. So I would actually strongly consider Draz as an option. So like Draz, Treppy.
I mean, but don't you think in such a high average MMR kind of league, Dress is gonna be like food for the wolves on top, like sugar and stuff.
No, I think
It's gonna
everyone at the
hunt him
bottom.
down forever,
I
bro.
think everyone at the bottom is going to be food. And Draz has experience playing in ATDL Alpha Plus. He has experience playing in getting demolished. So he's been on that side. Like me, he has experience playing and getting destroyed by higher rank players. So he'll be used to it at least. He won't be put in a position he's not used to. Like Plutoski is used to destroying people. He's going to come in here and he's going to be getting destroyed instead. He's going to be out of. He's going to be out of his comfort zone. But Draz will be in his comfort zone. He's used to getting destroyed. So I would rather get Draz, Krul, and Treppy as my 3 years.
It might be a bit conflicting since you said how he solo killed some of the high rank mids of this tournament.
Yeah, but he's not playing mid. He's playing 4. And I
mean,
do not
okay.
want Plutoski as my 4.
The glaring thing about Pluto, even though that he solo killed and things like that, but he was never like contested, or we put him on the same level as them, is because that he doesn't know how to convert this advantage. That's the whole reason why he's stuck here.
Nah. I think he has aura, guys. That's all I can say.
So,
Like if we just look at how he plays even in the last wildcard, you will see that how is Beishan higher net worth than him, despite him being the mid. That's the kind of very weird things that always happen. I mean, you can argue that it was like Mason actually farm out from like the post 3 and something like that, but there's no excuse for a post 2 to be lacking behind the post 5. You get what I mean? Sure, he might win his lane. Like even in the game where he played against like a G, he actually won his lane, but he never converted it. So I think that's the only weakness of like a Potosky, even though he's able to hold his ground against higher MMR players.
Yeah, like after the lane, you don't really get the same impact you get from a high rank player, and the laning phase does matter, but at the end of the day, he's not gonna destroy any of the high rank. He solo killed BN, he solo killed Desire, sure, but I don't think he was like definitely winning those lanes. Like he was like slightly ahead at best after the solo kill, and then afterwards in the mid game they're just better players, so he doesn't have the same value. But the other support players, like I actually think in this kind of tournament, even if let's say somebody like let's say 9-point support player like ChatGPT versus 6-point like Kroll, I think the difference is actually very small in these kind of tournaments because they're both lower rank compared to their cores and they won't match up to the cores. I don't think like the gap between them is worth the 3 points compared to just getting a high rank. I would rather get extremes of high ranks and low ranks rather than get a balanced team. That tends to work better in these kind of tournaments. But we've all mentioned our picks. What are your picks as well? Who would you pick and who would you avoid in the bottom 10?
I mean, I would probably avoid the IP one in that one,
Yes, and who else?
the one that picking mushroom as a slug, bro. Like he already picked mushroom as a slug. What
But
do you think he will do as a port 5, bro?
IP1 is a lucky champ. He attracts all the good luck to him.
Nah.
That's aura. I like that actually.
Nothing but aura, nothing else. So who's the other avoids
Dude,
other than me?
If I had to take Flygon, I better had like people like Sugar on my team. But this time I have no idea whether Sugar can carry in this league because of all the saturation of all the high rank players this time around.
It's pretty hard
Who are the
actually.
other avoids? I'm one of them. Who's the other 2 avoids?
I mean, honestly, I don't really know too much about the other players, and the rest kind of like okay for me. I guess if you want to really put it in, I would say like Pluto would be one of them, I guess. But that's only like my 2. I have no idea about Nuga.
that's fair.
I think Dress is probably worth the point of 1 point.
Exactly.
He's way too cheap for a support player.
He's a cheap port.
is in my opinion.
Exactly.
But sadly, his MMR reflects that.
Sadly, he's
And
He's
Draz.
the only legend. He's the only legend player in the league, by the way.
Yeah.
Sadly, he's Draz. Don't say you're Draz that he's Draz. That's really the downside. If he wasn't Draz,
Yeah, he's
he would
Draz.
be
I
very
would
good.
say the gemstone of the bottom feeders is probably Cruel. Just don't let him go near any post 3 role, okay? I think that's fine. Other than that, he is probably the best pick here.
I think
Pick at
Treppy
your own
also. I think Treppy also because
He's a captain.
he's 4.
Treppy
He's a
is like
4.
He's a
Two
captain.
points
He's a
below
captain.
Cruel.
I can't
Oh, you
pick him.
can. Oh, I
because he's a
forgot.
captain.
No,
My bad.
you can count the captains. Fine. Count the captains too. Because this pretend you are the captain, he's not the captain. Would you pick? Was Sheppy
Alright.
valuable as a pick?
I mean, yeah, definitely Treppy, because he's also very used to playing with high rank players.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're just circle jerking around our friends and shit. All right, let's go.
I mean, we have no info about the others.
I think we're enough with the bottom feeders, guys. Let's start with the middle class of the pool, the family, the middle class,
Yes,
the backbone of the
we have
league.
a big middle class here.
Oh,
This is
They are the
okay.
average MMR, very close to the average MMR
yeah,
instead of an outlier. So
because
these are all the middle
yeah,
players.
because the average is
All
around
right,
6k, 6.6k something. So like that'll be
No,
between
it's
10 and
6.7 already.
yeah,
all right, guys.
it's between 10 and 11 points the average, somewhere in this range. So like somewhere between Bnth and Skylaw is where the average is. So these are all basically more or less spot on in the middle. They're not that far away. They're within 1k range of the average, basically MMR wise, more or less. Most of the players here.
All right, so here's my question for all of everyone. From number 10 and below, so Skylaw to Universe, who's your first pick?
My first pick here.
I'll go first, I guess. I'll go first.
You go
I
first.
mean,
Go. You go first.
honestly, if are we also taking into account the captains or no?
Yes, count the captains too. You can count the captains.
I
the
would
captain?
I would 100% go for Knightley first.
Interesting.
Knight.
Man's a
Oh, he's a
beast.
captain. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. Knightley.
Then who else?
Alright.
Give me two more. You gave us Knightley, can give us two more. Not
Okay,
I
if
mean,
Knightley gets
I'd probably
taken.
get Miguel. Miguel is a very good player.
Yep.
I cannot deny it.
Yep.
Okay.
He is a really, really good player.
Yep.
So for 10 points, I would probably take him. And the last one, I'm torn between Ren and Sage actually.
Sage, interesting.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Ren and Sage. Ren or Sage actually.
Tell
so
us
they-
about
I think
Sage.
they're both
Why do you
almost
want
the same.
Sage? Tell us why you want Sage.
Why do I want Sage? Content, bro. What do you mean? I mean, okay, he is the kind of players where you put in his laundry and kanka and suddenly he cannot play mid, right? But I mean, like, to be fair, in the last World Cup, he actually beat Sugar with his TB in lane and almost won a game of him. Even though it's kind of like a hit or miss, but he shows that he could actually do it.
So he has the potential. He's
Okay.
not consistent. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
that's interesting. So you'd go with Ren or Sage for your third pick, and the first two are Knightley and Miguel.
Miguel, yes.
True, do you want to give us
Same,
your
by the way.
thoughts?
What about you two? What about you two?
Okay. Before my top picks for the middle class, I'd just like to add that Mr. Sage over there, I think his gameplay is like huge range of outcomes.
Yeah.
Like you could say that he
True.
beat Sugar, one of the highest performing cores of wildcards, but he also lost to me. Wait, actually, no. He had the lead, but he managed to throw it so easily.
Yeah. Losing the cruel offlane or throwing his cruel offlane is quite a challenge. I don't know how that happened.
All right.
Sorry.
I was forced to pick 3
Yeah,
because
Cool
of
Post
the
3 is
unlucky.
something of the memes, but Cool Post 3 winning games, that surprised everyone. And being on the losing side is a bit suspicious, Sage. I'm sorry. How do you lose to Cool Post 3? I'm sorry, Sage.
All right. My first
That's why I
pick
picked
here.
different.
Oh, my first pick here, actually, guys. I actually wanna mention and bring it up. Is actually Sage. I remember in the wildcards draft, I already announced to everyone the team that picks up Sage is auto win.
And the
Sure
team-
win, auto win,
and the
all
team-
the way.
And the team didn't make it to playoffs, so thank you, Aya.
Okay. First of all, with that story, I have two people to blame on. All right, it's Aegis and Killer. The offlane became very dysfunctional. I heard there was an implosion, a super huge explosion. I don't know if it's a skill issue, a personality issue, or emotion issue, whatever. But I remember even Skylo acknowledged it and said, "Yeah, your team is already auto win if you have Sage." And now look, Sage and Skylo are already playing together in ranked matches. So Skylo probably took my advice very well and seriously. And I'm telling you guys, he's the first pick, best material. Sage all the
Yeah,
way.
okay, so on that note itself, I'd like to ask you the question. What do you think about Sage recent in his player profile? I mean, at this point in time, he doesn't have one yet, but his recent games with his so-called master Lux. He said he was getting flame and he was an offlane that didn't blink in and was a post 5 partner that blinked in. And Grass, on the other hand, also flamed him for losing mid to an Archon, just like you did to a Herald. What do you think?
Wait,
You know-
damn.
With Sage, you have to wait. There's no girls in the pool, right?
What the?
Oh.
Never mind.
All right. Never mind. Because I think personally, if there is one girl, his power will literally go 10 times and he will actually play better than the 17-point players
I know.
actually.
I see.
I saw
Okay,
Sage.
so it just
Oh,
means that Sage will have to be paired with Flygon, the only eagle in the league. Is that right?
Yes, very correct,
The last time I saw Sage
very
play the
correct.
Eagle, I
oh
saw
my
Sage.
god.
I saw the Eagle tell us that Sage
He's
is.
also the Somail of his village, of his hometown in, because Somail is Pakistani and he's Pakistan. So you can get all the Indians together. You can get the Flygon, Plutoski, Sage,
Uh,
and
okay,
you
I
can
think
get
that's a very controversial
you
statement,
can
but
you can put
whatever.
Nosh too while you're at it, and then who's the other one again? The
Chemister.
Chemistry.
Chemister. There.
Me,
Now
Plutoski,
that's a
Draz,
super
Chemistry.
team. That's a super team.
Yes, you have,
That's a
basically
super
you have the
team
four
right there.
Indians in Sage. I guess we want to do that, but the team is not going
That's
to
a
fit the
super
budget.
team.
But
Yeah, Nosh will carry you all.
no, I mean look at the. These are the. You forgot the other Indian, Draz the dog.
Oh, I forgot he's Indian.
What do you forget? He's Indian.
Okay.
Anyway,
And anyways, all right. What about you? What's your top three Flygon?
my top three. Interesting question. Uh, maybe recency
I don't know.
bias.
Skylaw below. Skylaw below. Skylaw below.
Oh, Skylab below. Wait, no, not in the top three. Okay.
No.
Okay. Maybe recency bias. Obviously, Miguel is going to be one.
Of
The other
course.
two. Actually find it hard because I have like three names I want to pick for the next two. I'm thinking between Abyss, Ren, and Bunny. One thing about all these players is that when you look at Ren, I see a player who can play. Well, it was 1-3-4, but I look at mostly as a 1-3-4, 1-3 player, especially offlane. Offlane is a role that can be a bit hard to fill. And Ren, I know Ren can play it. I know Bunny can play it. I know Abyss can play it, and they all play like 3-4. So I can. These are safe picks. Like in Miguel plays like 2-3-4. So all of these players, they cover the roles you want the middle ranks to cover, and they do that. You know that they're good on the roles. They're not going to like they don't have it there just for the sake of having. It's not like Shadow is 4-5 or the 4-5. I have 4-5. They actually play those roles. So I would
Fair.
prioritize people like this when going for my middle range pick. So like Abyss, Miguel, Ren, and Bunny. Probably you'd force me to pick. Be Miguel, Ren will be two picks. I know that they're like Ren has dropped MMR, so he's actually worth more than what he's at right now probably, but he's dropped recently. And Miguel is probably, and Miguel shouldn't be worth 10 points either.
Alright.
Abyss used to be really good, but now he hasn't played in a while, and Bunny also hasn't played rank for the last 4 years. So
Real life hits. Real life hits.
yeah, it's a bit hard to decide between because it'd be easier if one of them was active, both of them been inactive and ranked. But maybe I'd go with Abyss.
Actually,
Abyss
actually, we
is
have the
playing
same top three. We have the same top three actually. Miguel, Bunny, and Ren. Because number one, they're the average MMR of the pool, and number two, they're very flexible with their roles. But I'm more a little biased to Bunny and Ren because both of them are actually professional gooners. One plays Blue Archive and gacha games, and one plays a lot of JRPGs and goons to them too.
as
So
exposing them,
Crazy.
yes,
To
crazy
Oh
reason.
my
Okay, if you get
yes.
Crolls,
So that's all.
I mean, it's like almost the same, really.
Oh.
Maybe I'd change the. Okay. It's probably going to be for me. It's going to be Bunny. Like, see, Bunny, Miguel, same reasons as you guys, and then maybe it's a EU bias, but Bunny.
no, we're going for
Oh,
no, we are
going
talking
for-
about the-
10 below,
oh,
10
low
below,
points,
10
is
below.
in these,
Okay,
in these,
below.
yeah. We're not talking about those yet.
Okay, scratch that. Whole middle class is Bunny, but if I had to remove them, she is literally the same. Then, never mind.
Yeah, so it's this,
How much changes?
this, and this.
Yeah.
No love for your fellow Filipino Abyss.
Uh
What do you think?
it's
he's at?
because I know him that I'm not adding him.
Oh, okay. Wow. Shots
He's in
fired.
his last years. He's in his last years of uni.
That's
So he's like,
You could-
no, he's
I
like
could
trying
say
to
the
lock in,
same.
right?
I could say the same to you, Flygon. Why no love for your fellow Indian Mesmer?
I mean, I haven't played with Master, so I don't know enough. Okay, me and Krul
Or you
both
play
know
against
Bunny.
him?
Me and Krul know Bunny because you also know Bunny from ATDL, and he has had a good track record on ATDL. We both know both. That's one reason we picked Bunny. Miguel, I played with him, and I know his track record in Phoenix also. It's been pretty good. And Ren, I think Ayas told me a lot about Ren, and I don't know about Abyss. I don't know about Mesmer. I've only played the one tournament with Mesmer that I played with you guys, and he came second. That's still good, but uh, how do I say this without offending him? Like, I'm a low rank player.
why would your first thought is
I'm a low rank
offending
player.
him?
I'm used to losing my lane, and lane is Mesmer. I do not feel like I lost it, or like I do not feel like the lane was as hard as it should have been. Because normally,
Yo.
I felt like the game he played Razor. I felt like he didn't punish me hard enough when he let me get too much farm from the lane. The game he played Razor. I don't know if he remembers that game. I'm not sure it was a hero thing or maybe he was not comfortable or something. But like it didn't feel as hard as it should have been because I'm used to. Maybe I'm just used to expecting worse and it wasn't as worse as. Maybe my post five was good. I don't know, but I don't think so. But yeah, it was a bit weird. So it's hard for me to pick him. So it's hard to pick ChatGPT because I don't know I've only seen him play offlane and it's not his main role. And he didn't.
Wait,
do
I just
well.
realized that's another Euro player. The Chat GPT.
Is
That's
Euro
another Euro player.
He is.
Yeah, yes, he plays in Tournament Ping. He plays in Tournament Ping. I remember now all of a sudden.
No, no, wait. I'm pretty sure that was on.
No, I think he went to
was
China
NA.
during the tournament. Wildcard from that's why he's on 200 ping. He's not a Europe.
That was
player.
NA. It was an NA too, not
Oh,
Europe,
Oh, it was NA.
if I remember correctly, because he said he had to go to class at like 9 p.m. ish time, and I don't think Europe would fit around that frame unless it's really late night classes.
So just pick.
So assuming it's morning or afternoon, it's
I just
probably
realized
NA.
something. Yeah. Let me get this question to you. Why would you not pick your
Yo.
friends, Ziming Z and DP? Why were they left out of your top three?
No.
Wow.
What do you mean no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, also
yeah.
Universe. You forgot Universe. Your goat Universe. Would you not pick
My
Universe?
God, when was he my goat? Oh my God.
I mean, he owned you 1v1 mid. He destroyed you.
Yeah, exactly.
just-
You lost him
just-
to what we
I'll
wanted.
just say no. No.
Wow. Okay.
We have plenty of witnesses, but alright.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sure.
I'm sick of them. That's all I can say.
Okay, we'll go for the last section since we only have 7 people here. We'll not instead of doing a top 3, we'll do a top 1 and we'll do a top 2 and a bottom 2. So I'll let SY go first this time. Who are your top 2
I mean,
SY?
Oh, of course, Bunny Ree, one of them. Like I say, EU player, just all around good, can play everything, just flexible. I mean, the fact that Mason wants him like first pick, and like saying that he's not a chip point whore, says something of volume because Mason is such a good player, right?
Yeah,
Naturally, he would want to be attracted to people who are not really
but he's
attracted,
not-
but he would like to enjoy playing with someone that has a good head on his shoulder, right? So since that he kind of won Kelly, it means that Kelly actually holds his own weight actually.
Yes.
So one of them will be him. I think another one that I'm looking at is actually Jong, right? I think he's actually a very good player, has potential and stuff, and he actually plays the off lane and everything, right? I mean, of course, I'm putting like him almost the same as Mir because Mir is also a very good player, but I would actually like to see him perform extremely well this time. I have higher hopes for him.
Yeah. So you pick these two, but you were third. You'd also pick Mir. Okay, interesting. Who do you avoid in this list? Give me 1 or 2 that you would avoid.
Cynthia and RB.
Damn, is it
You want,
because they both
you want the
physical?
physical power? You want the physical power? Alright.
Damn.
I mean, I have nothing against them, but RB keeps saying that he can play this and play that, but he's like like just ban his TV and suddenly he don't know how to play Dota anymore. I mean, he's been always like that, so
My God.
I would expect the same.
Wait, what's wrong with Cynthia though?
I'm Cynthia.
What's wrong
He's
with
been in China. I don't know, bro. He's been in China. I cannot trust anything that is been in China.
Aren't you made in China? No.
Nah. This is Timu Cynthia. The real Cynthia is down there. Alright, that concludes mine.
Aren't you the Temu Flygon?
Who the hell is Temu Flag? I'm not a Temu Flagon.
I don't know. Okay, we'll see.
Nah.
God.
Okay. Anybody else want to give their opinion?
Interesting comments. Wait, I already gave mine earlier with Bunny since you.
Yeah, but
If I have to put
top
top
2,
two-
bottom 2. So, who else?
Okay, wait. For reference, by the way, this will affect what I reply. When are we releasing this?
After
Like
the
this
draft.
After the
the
draft.
draft.
after the draft. Okay, so it's already going to be done. Right. since my top one for the top 10 points is Nosh. No, Jonch actually has history with Nosh, and Jonch was able to force Nosh to picking this, picking that. The two magic heroes, Razor Viper, was it? Yeah, if you manage to whip the goat into picking those heroes, think it's either plenty of skill or plenty of brains, or actually both, maybe. So I'm willing to gamble on that for my top two.
Yeah, so you also go the same John Chen Bunny. Interesting. Okay, how about you,
For
Aya?
bottom
Who do you
two,
pick, Aya? Oh, bottom two also. Bottom two.
Oh wait, who would you avoid then?
In
Crow.
the top three, in
No.
the
Yeah, wait.
True,
Crow. Who would you avoid in the 7 players?
bunny with the Bient, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Honestly, it's going to be really simple. It's really just going to be just because I play the same roles, G and Cynthia. If
Yeah.
I'm going to be on the same team, I don't want to compete for my roles.
Damn. You don't want the crude offlane?
Very diplomatic answer. Very diplomatic answer.
What a
Smiley
pussy
face.
answer. What a pussy answer. Oh, okay. What if you want to play? What if you're a team manager?
If I was just a manager,
You weren't playing, so you don't have
Ah.
to worry about the role conflict.
okay. If I was a team manager, let's see. I mean, hearing about the RV stories with the no TB, no win, probably him.
Damn. There's some RB
And
hate
then
tonight.
let's see, just looking at history, like let's just say I didn't play in the Bient game, Bient as well because of history, but of course, very open to him proving us wrong.
Interesting picks. So far, all the awards have been Filipino. Is there something to is there something to keep in because like, all the three Filipinos have been picked in some combination for the awards.
Okay, I have a pass since we're the same race. I have a pass. I'm not sure about Emilio or SY.
Oh yeah.
What about
Oh,
yours,
yeah.
Aya? Who are your top two? Who are your bottom two?
Top two and the bottom two in the Bunny Re to Skylo.
To be yeah. Not, oh,
Bient.
this-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my best pick here will be Mursalmir,
yeah. Interesting.
actually, because he has the ability to actually carry Flagon again. And of course, this is a very biased of me, but it's Bear Shark the GOAT, guys. We all know that. I mean, we all know that. It's Bear Shark the GOAT, dude. I hope that I hope that guy doesn't hate me, but dude, if I was a captain of this team, I'll just pick Nosh, Bear Shark, and Ren, and Miguel. And it's a super monster team already.
And
Especially if
yeah,
it-
draws for the content, yes. Anyway, who are your bottom two? You gave top two. Who are your bottom two? Who do you avoid here? Aya's gone silent. Hello, Aya.
Sorry, what?
Who are your avoids? Who do you avoid here?
Avoid. Okay, I don't want to avoid because skill issue or whatever. All right, like I don't know. In fact I almost never played with these people for quite some time, but I think it will probably be Cynthia and Bient because they're because Cynthia hasn't played in a while compared to all these players. These players have been playing every day and they're crazy. Bient because of losing to Slayerman. That's all.
You think they're not worth the 11 points that they have? Basically.
Okay, you have the pass. All good. You have the pass anyway. It's fine.
It is still too nice. Interesting. That's my turn. My top two, fairly simple. Well, top one is fairly simple. Muslimir, he carried me and he actually did a lot of the drafting, in-game leader stuff for us. And let's keep in mind, Muslimir picked a Medusa post from one game, and every other game it's been banned in the tournament, except for the one game, the finals, where he got it again. And the game he got it, he carried so hard that they gave him the MVP award after the game. So like on some heroes, like he has a very dangerous hero pool. I would rather not play against him if possible. So I would want him to be on my team so I can just dodge the other matchup. The other pick is actually a toss up. One of them was Bunny Ree for the reason like EU player, good player, all this stuff. Other is looking at Jonch. I think Aya might know Jonch. His name is also Old Sport. I think I saw.
Of course, I know him.
Yeah, he's like I saw his hero pool. There's a bit of flexibility there, and he covers the roles you want from the mid. Again, like this players I picked for here, he covers the roles you want in the middle ranks, the three and the 4 role. And Musami is like one of the higher ranked mids. So like if you don't get one of these three, the 3 premium mids, Musami is the next best option. So like I would look at Musami. And I don't know if Baniri can play mid, but if he can, then I would probably pick Musami and Baniri. But Jonch is a close third way to pick. For me, I'd avoid Cynthia for 1 because I don't want a high rank. Like I don't want to put 11 points on my 5. That's like I don't think post 5s are worth 11 points. I'm sorry to all of you, but I don't think 11-point post 5 is good in this kind of environment. Cynthia's one.
No, you're wrong, bro. The 21 points post 5 is really good.
That's the post 5 is fake post 5 anyway, so it doesn't count. Like I can leak this now since the tournament's over. We thought we would get a game against Machian's team. So our plan for Machian was just we're gonna ban NP, Enchantress, any hero that can carry the game from the 5 role. We're just gonna ban all of them. That was our entire strategy for the draft, but we never got to play them in the end, so we weren't able to show it. We were gonna ban NP, Enchantress, maybe Weaver and other anything that he used to carry. So I hope he'd be playing a core role, but he plays support. It's still gonna be a fake support, so I don't really count him as support. I'm not sure what these two are going to be doing. They're probably good, but not sure if they'll be like. I'm not sure it's worth as a 4. Okay, I say as a high rank 4 there is value. I would think there's definitely value in being a high rank 4, crushing the enemy safely and then controlling the game. I think 5 much less so because like you can tell if you have a low rank 5, you just tell him what to do and he'll do it. You don't need him to be good as well listens to you. So I don't really want a middle rank or a high rank 5. So Cynthia's 5 main 4 manageable. I would avoid him for 1. And similar reasons, I don't want to get another high rank 4. And like if G had his mid roll on him, I'd actually consider him as a really good pick, but he doesn't, and you only get him as a 4. And manageable 3 doesn't. There's no flex, not flex between both supports. Just one support. It's like very hard to work into a draft. I think these two would be my avoids if I were avoiding them. So you have the one non-Pinoy avoid finally. But yeah, I would pick one of these, and I would avoid both of these for mine. Bienth actually I wouldn't avoid Bienth because like I said, there's a lack of high rank mids. So after you go past the top 3, after you go past Musamir, Bienth's next in line and Hanthro's next in line. So I wouldn't avoid the high rank mids who have mid main role because they are in the top 5, top 6 mids. I wouldn't avoid people in this and like because at some point all the mids are going to get picked. Like everyone's going to want Chiffon. Everyone's Kemi is already a captain, and people are going to want Ritsu as well. At some point you run out of mids, and I would rather get Bien than be stuck with, let's say, Pratoski or Suftas, a much lower ranked mid. I would rather just get Bien, despite all the negative comments he's received from the rest of you.
Fair. It's a very good reasoning.
Yeah.
Right, anything you guys want to add on?
Okay, I'm gonna
We have
ignore
almost
points.
gone through the whole
I want to
list.
give me a top 3, like with points, with the point value kept in mind. From the entire range, who would you pick as your top 3? I want everyone to go. So
Sorry, what's the question again?
all 40 players, a top 3 from all 40 players,
Including captains.
including captains.
Who are your top 3 players? I think let Crow go first. Crow, you can go first.
Okay, what about this? I'll make the question easier. What about you pick one in the red, you pick one in the mid, and you pick one in the bottom?
I want to give it
That's
No.
really
Top 3 players. Top 3
really
players.
top 3. It's top 3 players. You're keeping the point value in mind. So like, is this player worth their point tag? When you
Yeah.
answer the question, not just how good the.
Okay.
So like, make sure it's good. But is he like? Is he worth 21? Is the question. Would you actually pick him
Yeah.
as one of your 3 if you're looking for value for points? So
You may go first, Crow.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get a unique answer from you. I've just been glazing you for the past, like what, 4 selections.
So it's gonna be. Is
Yeah.
it gonna be?
Yeah.
Is it just gonna?
Is it going to be like this? Skito Prime,
Dark
Forest,
Sister
Dark
Boy, Raniri, and Mated.
Mm. Yeah, sure.
What do you mean, sure, bro? Like, are
Yeah,
they?
that's a top 3. That's
Yeah.
the highest rank from EU.
Okay, that's fair.
Ash, no, the 3 EU players.
It's just
Okay,
three-
for me, I probably say no to Skito Prime just because like he's IP1. even
No,
though
of
he's
course.
EU no matter what. But
Yeah.
let's say he has a like if you compare side by side, like maybe Skitter versus like Sugar or something that he plays, and then like there's a delay on the BKB, and suddenly Skitter dies, because of ping. I would not make him as my top three pick. On Mason, I probably think that it is. And a little bit controversial, I will pick Crow actually, just because that
So Cruel is one.
cost wise
Yeah.
to his my
Yeah.
top three pick.
Yeah, Cruel is one. Then
Yeah, just because of points wise, I think he's very worth the point, right? And he plays a lot with high rank players and stuff like that. And the last that I probably give it to would probably be like Nico. So Chiffon.
so these three:
So these are my top three picks.
Mesian,
Yeah,
Chiffon, and Cruel.
yeah.
So I'll just have the noted down. So Cruel's top three is Mesian, Skeeter Prime, and Baniri. Yeah. And
Oh my
yours,
God.
I'm not doing a notepad somewhere. It's not it won't be on stream. But yours are Chiffon, Mesian, and Cruel.
Oh my God, this is gonna be a golden buzzer for Macian. Let's see.
Aya,
Hello, Aya.
who are your
Top
top
three.
Yep.
It's taking me a while. No particular order.
Yeah.
Merselmir.
Musalmir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
This one.
mm,
Respectable.
probably. Oh, I'm confused between. Uh, you know what? Let's just get Jave. Jave, of course.
Hmm.
And then
But
my
you didn't
third.
mark him as your top three in the top. Why is he suddenly your top three now?
No, because we were counting 17 below.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're counting 17.
Oh, you didn't count
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. And then now I will probably get.
Your best friend Shadow?
Fuck no. I think the. I already have Jave. I already have Mercel. There's a. I need a. I'll probably say. The good value pick here will probably be Cruel also. Yeah.
But you have two
Yeah.
goals.
That's it. Yeah.
So Musalmir, Cruel, and JV. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
time for mine. Actually, I'm gonna have a very different. Like, I'm gonna have one answer in common with some of you. I'm gonna get Chiffon, but my other two actually I'm not gonna pick Mesian. For I don't think I think he's good, but I don't think he's worth the extra 4 points from a 17-point player. I think his MMR is higher and he's better, but I don't think it's worth the points necessarily because he's also not a core main. I want high rank players to be core mains, so I would rather Chiffon is my top pick because, like I said, the lack of mids and he's like the best mid in the pool by far. And mid roll, he will destroy half the mids in the tournament. Other half, he'll be on par with the better. So it's like a very safe pick for me to pick. Second pick. This is hard. This is very hard indeed. I'll get. I'll get Miguel because of the role flexibility. He covers the three. Like out of the 4 players I picked in the middle, I think he's the one I'd go with the most because he's I played with him recently, and that he basically mains every role. Some people say he's 6k on 5 roles, which is pretty impressive. So Miguel's another high value pick for me. I don't think he should be worth 10 points. I think Chiffon is worth 17, but he might have been worth higher. He just doesn't play a rank, so his MMR is not that high. Miguel is pretty much the same. His MMR should be higher, but he doesn't play ranked as seriously. He doesn't play it as much as he should be playing it. This is why he's on the lower side. And my last pick, I'm considering Ren because, like I say, he dropped MMR, so he's probably worth more than 10, but not sure if I want him as one of my 3. Probably get. It's between Ren, Cruel, and Treppy for me. Basically, probably I'll go with Treppy because I think. Sorry, Cruel, but I don't think you're worth the extra 2 points, Cruel. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I will go with.
I
Treppy.
mean, if you consider the Crow post 3, then definitely.
Yeah,
Crow
I'm
has
gonna
to be
get
lower.
because either way, who I'm getting is gonna be a post 5, and now Treppy is comfortable on post 5 anyway, so it's not like Cruel is comfortable on both. So you want the flexibility, Cruel is better, but I don't need that. I just want the lower end to be post 5, so let's get Treppy. So in that case, I think Trep is a better pick. I would rather save the 2 points and use it somewhere else. Like for example, being able to get Miguel instead of an 8-point player would be such a big difference compared to getting Treppy and Kroll. So I would go with Miguel, Treppy, and Chiffon as my three.
Mm,
Interesting.
I see.
So we're going to tally the votes. Mesian has 2, Chiffon has 2, and
Skittle Prime has 1.
Kroll has 2, and everyone else we mentioned has 1. So it's Mesian with 2,
Yep.
Mesian, Chiffon, and Kroll all have 2 each. I guess they are our official top 3. Mesian, Chiffon, and Kroll are the league's top 3 value.
So what
picks.
do you think? What do you think about this, Crow? Anything to say?
Happy to disappoint.
Happy to disappoint. Are you gonna show us? Are you gonna bring out your poetry again to show us in the league?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Escargot delivery. Yes, escargot delivery.
Yeah. So we expect some of the names we mentioned to be high value picks, maybe even first phase or second phase pick. But we don't know what the captains know. Maybe the captains know something we don't. Maybe they don't know something that we do. No, maybe their picks will be different. Maybe somebody will look at, for example, look at Ritsu and think, oh, Ritsu is a great post one player, and pick him as post one, and they might be surprised if they do that. For example, people who might not know him better. We don't know what's going to happen in the
I
draft.
mean, recently, Ritsu playing Brewmaster don't even know how Brew works, bro. I mean, what can you say? I
He's a
don't know.
talented player, just doesn't. It's a bit. He's very wonky. It's like sometimes he feels like he shouldn't be at that rank. Other times he proves why he's at that rank. It's very.
Once again, inconsistency.
It's very up and down.
I mean, he's rank 1, bro. What do you mean? Yeah, it's rank 1.
Yeah, he's rank 1. I always recommend whoever is captain to not make sure he plays on his main account so he doesn't drop his performance to the account that he's playing on. So make sure he doesn't play on his Smurf for the official games. That might be one good way to somewhat control the damage.
Okay.
Any
I
final
think
thoughts?
we're all good. I think we're all good.
Yeah, with that
We
being
pretty much
said,
covered everyone already.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with that being said, I just want to stress that everyone that we mentioned here or anything that we have said is actually just purely of our own opinion, and we have literally no offense to anyone who we mention or we diss on this. We respect everybody's rights equally, and we really respect them as a player, as a person. All right. So this is purely just basically kind of like friendly banter.
Lots of
So,
other content. So
I hope
everyone
you
can
guys
enjoy it. And
Take no offense to your heart, whoever is listening to this.
Yeah.
Right? And next week we'll be back for the power ranking discussion again. Alright? Hopefully we'll get our last admin involved when we are talking about power rankings after the draft is
maybe
concluded.
we can finally get Primo's POV too. Maybe we'll have a different POV. But we'll see.
Oh, shit.
Alright, we shall conclude here. Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the week 1 for the mini show of Lions Dota League. See you guys.
Good night.